Good morning. Today we will be talking about Shooting an Elephant by George Orwell. This essay is about his personal experience as a colonial police officer in Burma, where he encountered a conflict face to face with an elephant. Orwell's main point throughout the essay is to explain his realization on how imperialism can be damaging not only to the colonized but also to the colonizers. Orwell uses the rhetorical triangle to straighten his essay, as it allows it to be a thought-provoking essay, as it explores the moral conflict of imperialism to a diverse audience. To begin with, the narrator of Shooting an Elephant by George Orwell is George Orwell himself. He writes this essay in first-person point of view as he is reflecting on his own personal experience as a colonial police officer. This form of narrating allows the reader to understand his conflict on a deeper level, as it includes Orwell's thoughts and feelings throughout the essay from the beginning to the end. To continue, Orwell's essay is not specifically labeled on to any audience. His goal is to reach a wide audience to explain how imperialism is ineffective. The audience to this essay can also be to those who are interested into issues about imperialism, power, and authority, or to any other type of social or political issue. So overall, the audience or the reader to this essay can be anyone in general from any culture and background. The following is determining the purpose of the essay. In a way, the purpose of Orwell's essay is to raise awareness in order for the reader to understand how the choices in imperialism affects not only the ruled, but also the ruler, as they are not fair on either end. Orwell says, "I was only an absurd puppet pushed to and fro by the wall of those yellow faces behind. I perceived in this moment that when the white man turns tyrant, it is his own freedom that he destroys." In this quote, Orwell writes about how having power and authority can become a burden as it challenges the individual on his own beliefs and principles. Now that we have covered the narrator, audience, and purpose of the essay, we are going to be talking about ethos, pathos, and logos, and how those three contribute to making this essay stronger, as it includes credibility, emotion, and logics. Orwell uses rhetorical devices to establish credibility. The use of credibility is also known as ethos. Orwell establishes ethos as it is his own personal experience of when he was a colonial police officer. Orwell is honest throughout the essay as he includes his own thoughts and feelings, as he experienced pressure from the crowd, discomfort when he was face to face with an elephant, confusion where he did not know whether to shoot the elephant, and guilt after he shot the elephant. By being in touch with his own feelings, Orwell strengthens the persuasiveness in his argument towards imperialism. The second rhetorical device used in this essay is pathos. Pathos is the involvement of the emotions of the audience. The use of this rhetorical device allows there to be a connection between the author and the reader. Pathos is used when Orwell is describing the suffering of the Burmese people when they were under the colonial rule. He also describes the fear he felt when he was under the pressure of the crowd and himself on whether or not he should shoot the elephant. He had fear of being a coward as the crowd expected him to act as a figure of authority. A great example of this internal conflict was when he said, "To come all that way, rifle in hand, with 2,000 people marching at my heels, and then to trowel feebly away, having done nothing. No, that was impossible. The crowd would laugh at me, and my whole life Every white man's life in the East was one long struggle not to be laughed at. After saying that, Orwell realized that that was his eye-opening to how terrible imperialism can be on both ends for the oppressed and the oppressor. The third and final rhetorical device used in this essay is logos. Logos is the appeal to logic and reasoning. Orwell uses logical thinking when he argues how unfair imperialism is. He criticizes how a powerful country controlling a less powerful country does not make sense, as well as how being a British police officer means going against their own thoughts and beliefs. His use of logical explanations allows the reader to understand how big his dislike to imperialism was. Another example of logos was when he analyzed the elephant's behavior and realized that the elephant was no longer a threat. As Orwell said, it was calm and peaceful when he decided to shoot the elephant. Orwell realized that there was no reason to shoot the elephant, as it was no longer a threat to him or to the crowd. It was simply pressure, as the crowd expected him to do it, and he wanted to live up to those expectations, even if it meant going against his own beliefs, wills, and thoughts. To finalize, the use of the rhetorical triangle in George Orwell's essay, Shooting an Elephant, allows his story to be powerful and thoughtful against imperialism. The use of ethos, pathos, and logos are used deliberately to captivate the reader and allowing opinions to stem against imperialism. He gives his own story with the hope that we learn and understand how damaging imperialism can be for everyone on either end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you and have a good day.